Thank you for watching the Choice versus Circumstance podcast. Please follow, like, and subscribe on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram for more content.
I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Told him that I gotta go, dog. I'm riding the road, y'all. I think that I'm back in my bag now. So I need that go, y'all. Got hits when he throwing the fastball. Just too quick for it, peeling off like the whip orange. Seen they effort, this piss poor. I got too much I gotta tend to. Car payments and the rent due. Told y'all that I'm 6 foot, but with the money stabbing, I'm 10-2. Too much that I've been through, so I put it all in that rear view. Clean money in a black whip. Got old problems with the friends new. Yeah, I'm in the big leagues. Told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. Yeah, I need a bag, bruh. Send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, told him I'ma hit it out the stands. I deserve another 100 bands. I deserve another 100 fans.
Got a question? Have you ever asked yourself, which parts of your life were made by choice and which were circumstance?
What's good, y'all? My mama named me Andrew, but I go by DJ Choice Beats. And today we got another episode. This is Choice versus Circumstance. And today I got a very special guest. This dude right here is one of the musical directors for this podcast. And he's also a small child. One of my favorite people. I've known him since he was about 3?
Something like that.
Yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one time from my boy, Jason Bradshaw Jr. Yeah, man. How you feeling?
Thank you. I'm feeling pretty good, you know?
Yeah, man. Hey, you know what? It's crazy because this was kind of last minute. Like, we just decided to do this today, right?
Yeah.
Hey, you can thank your dad for that. You know what I'm saying? First of all, let me thank you for blessing me with the music for this. You know what I'm saying? All the segments and everything like that. You know, we've been going at this for a long time. But your dad sent me a joint today, and we gonna get into that later. But your dad sent it to me, and I literally, I almost lost it. Like, I was done, dude. I was done. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we'll jump into that. But like, you know, tell me a little bit about what's been going on, man, and you know, we'll get into it later on. But like, how you been doing? Like, what's the word right now?
I've been pretty good. You know, senior year of high school. Been a little bit hard, you know, around the edges, but you know, getting through it, and you know, I'm excited to graduate and go to college, and you know, continue with music mainly.
Yeah, man. Where are you going to college at?
I'm going to Kennesaw State Honors College.
Okay, where's that at?
It's in Marietta, Georgia, and I'm just
I was about to say, because I've heard of it before, but I've never known where it was at. You know,
there's like campuses, but like I'm going to the Marietta campus because that's they have engineering, so that's
dope. That's dope, man. So what made you choose there though?
Well, originally I was looking at like Georgia Tech, but you know, I didn't get accepted into that school. Which honestly, even if I did, I don't know if it would have been my first choice because I heard a lot of interesting things about that place. But no hate towards Georgia Tech, you know.
Right.
No hate. But yeah, I got Kennesaw acceptance like a week ago, a few days ago. So you know, I've been looking forward to that. I'm pretty blessed to be in the honors college of that too. So yeah, I'm excited.
That's dope, man. And then like, it's crazy. Like, you know, a lot of the listeners and the watchers won't understand this, but like, I've known you since what? You was about 3, 4, something like that.
Before I remember. So
yeah. Well, I met your dad in 2011 when we worked together. So yeah, it's been like, you know, 13 years, something like that. So yeah, you was a small child, and like, I always thought you as the homie, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always wanted, like, you know, to be like that Uncle Choice or be like that, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And, you know, I've learned a lot from you, you know, so like I said, I'm blessed and gracious to have you on this today. But before we go any further, we're going to talk about your self-awareness and your wellness trinity. How are you? Like, you know, you can say whatever you want, as detailed, as general, as quick and short, but mentally, emotionally, physically, how are you, man?
Okay, so I'll start with physically. I've been pretty active, going to the gym and stuff, trying to get better. I got some things to work on with my physical being, my physical self, but I'm willing to put in the work to get there. It's a long road, but
Yeah.
go with that. And then I'll say emotionally, I've been doing better. There's a lot of stuff going on. Just with some personal
The
family,
world.
that world.
Right.
I'm getting through that, but I've been doing. It's been a good week, a few days. So yeah. You said emotionally, you said physically, and you said
Yeah, your wellness trinity, physically, emotionally, mentally. Yeah.
mentally. Yeah, same thing. I've been doing way better mentally. It's just been a good time. It's been more positive, more getting things done, more motivated. So yeah, it's been pretty good recently.
I got you, man. Yeah. So the whole idea of choice versus circumstance. So this came to me. I would love to claim the idea for this, or I would love to say that it's a play on words because people do call me DJ Choice Beats or just Choice. It was actually a conversation I had with one of my homeboys about, certain things in life. You get the ability to make a choice, and whether you make a good one, a bad one, how you go with it, and then flip it into, some things are circumstance and what choices you made. So the reason I want to talk to you, we're going to talk about the music, we're going to talk about everything, but a few years ago, I got my heart broken when you guys moved to Indianapolis, because y'all was in Cincy and I got to see your dad all the time, got to see you and whatnot. Yeah. So obviously that wasn't your choice, but tell me about the circumstances that you met in moving to Indianapolis, and what choices you made, and where you're at right now, and how it's kind of moved you forward. Because I know you had a band at one point in time, and you're not just a producer, you play all the instruments, you know what I'm saying? So talk about Indianapolis a little bit.
Yeah, so to be honest, I've lived in Ohio my whole life, never really moved around Cincinnati area. And that was something that it was great for the opportunity, but I really hated it. It was a really, really hard time for me because I had a bunch of friends, and it was it was after 9th grade year, so I just started high school and got all my friends and stuff. And it was a really hard time. But so really, there wasn't really a choice for me there. But I think that my choice was, accepting it and, using it to grow and get better. And in Indianapolis, there was a lot of good opportunity. I met a lot of great people, played a lot of great music, learned a lot. So yeah, and I'm still friends with people from Ohio, still friends with people from, Indianapolis today. And even my band, we have music, Spotify, Slump Monkey,
We'll shout it out. I'll drop all the ads and all that, you know what I'm saying? So we'll definitely drop that. Maybe I'll drop a little video or a little clip of some of your songs, but Indianapolis for me was tough just because y'all was far away, but at the same time, it was still a quick drive. And I remember, going to Indianapolis because I was DJing a comedy show, and I got to stop at your house, and I hadn't seen you in maybe a year and a half, and you was eye to eye, nose to nose with me, but you was maybe 15 at the time.
Yeah.
And I think I almost cried, bro. You know what I'm saying? Seeing you from 4 years old growing up and whatnot. But we had a little jam session, me, you, and your dad and whatnot. And then he got married to your now stepmom, and y'all moved to Atlanta. And I can't speak your dad's truths, but he told me, God led him that way, and they went that way. So tell me about, you didn't have a choice in that, obviously, because you got to move with your dad. But tell me about the circumstances and the choices you've made since you've been down there.
So I would say it was really similar to, moving from Ohio to Indiana. It was just another, I was starting to, make friends, finally settle down, it was, becoming a great time. And then it kind of it just kind of felt the same thing was happening again. But this time I kind of knew how to cope with it, and I knew how to get through it. And I knew not to be as angry about it, but to kind of use it as a fresh start.
Mm-hmm.
When I came down here, I started, doing things like marching band again, and got into that. And, I still did that this year too, which I've been here the past 2 years. So yeah, and I met a lot of great people, I met my girlfriend, I met a lot of great musical opportunities too here.
Hold on, pause. I don't mean to cut you off, but you having a girlfriend's wild to me, dog. Because I remember you as the little kid that sat on my lap at your birthday party, and we had the same shirt on by accident. We didn't even plan it. You know what I'm saying? So for you having a girlfriend, like I, as much as I felt like a proud dad today, or stepdad or uncle or whatever, listening to that beat, I'm kind of salty at the same time. Like, you ain't that old, bro. Like, chill out. Like, come on. That's dope though, man. Like, how long y'all been together?
It's gonna be 11 months. On what's this month? On April 11th, it'll be 11 months.
She going to the same college as you, or like y'all going to different schools, or?
I'm not sure exactly where, like, she's not sure exactly where she's going to go right now, but she's looking to get into like a medical school like Emory, because she's trying to major in like she wants to be like a psychiatrist or like so
we need therapy, we need nurses, we need doctors. There's some things that'll never stop. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good field to get into for sure.
April 11th is our 11 months, and then all right, 12. I keep saying 11. April 12th is our 11 months. But anyways, what was I gonna say? But yeah,
I mean, by the time this drops, y'all gonna be at a year. So shout out to y'all 1 year, like for real. Like, if you make it another month without messing up and getting your car and phone taken away, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this is like a therapy session for me to you at the same time too. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
like I've been trying to get this conversation for a minute, but I couldn't get a hold of you because your dad has your phone, and he was like,
I learned a lot with that. A lot of it was just kind of coming to terms and just like accepting, the punishment. But yeah, other back to the thing with moving here, like, honestly, I think it turns out being a great thing. Like, I'm really happy with where I am today, like I don't regret moving or anything like that. And I think honestly, like, instead of regretting the actions that I make, I usually try to think of it as just like, maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I can use it to learn. And like a mistake or something that happened before that, like, I might not be happy about, honestly, if it didn't happen, I wouldn't be where I am right now, So like,
right.
A lot of the things a lot of the great things I'm doing now wouldn't be a thing if some negative things didn't happen in the past, or it's the hard things that didn't happen. So sometimes those hard things are kind of like what you got to go through. So
listen, sometimes I say to a lot of people, whether they're younger or older, concentrating on negative energy, it's gonna reverberate that same energy. Being able to learn from it and move forward is huge. You know what I'm saying? Like, that takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and sometimes it takes a lot of messing up too. So I've never seen or known you to be a bad or mess up kid, but at the same time, I was also 17 once too, so I get it. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, like even through all of it, like you've always persevered. So like, I'm very proud of you for that, for sure.
Thank you.
So speaking about Atlanta, two things I know about Atlanta. Number one, the traffic is ridiculous.
So bad.
And number two, it is a huge music hub.
Music, yep. That's the thing I was excited about when I came here.
So tell me about like what you've been like working on. Like, we talked about this beat. Like, I think I'm ready to get into it because like I haven't heard it in like maybe an hour or two, because I listened to that joint all day today, bro. Like, on repeat. And for anybody that's watching and listening, if you're like, oh, really, just that? Like, you don't understand the concept of like how a sample works and like going back and forth on it. And this is, still a rough draft. It was just something like to get advice on.
That makes sense.
And I've been working with you since what? You were like 5-6 years old. Like, you play drums, piano, guitar, you sing, you do everything, and like just giving little pieces of advice. But I think maybe twice I've said no notes. I think it was the sample that I sent you a sample that I was like, let's go back and forth and see how you do it, your style and my style. That had no notes. And I'll pull that up in a little bit. But then this one, I got no notes, bro. So yeah, if you want to share your screen and pull up your session, let's talk about it. Tell me how you went through it.
Yeah, sure. Here, let me make sure I got the right one. This should be it. All right, so
I mean, you can show me whatever, but like, you know what I'm saying? We can get into that, but like, you can show me whatever you want, bro. Like it's crazy, like how dope you are where you're at.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, basically, this was I guess
Tchaikovsky.
Yeah, so this is the original. This is the name of the original sample. It was my friend. Shout out to Carlos. He sent me this audio. We were talking about it. He was like, "Hey, you should sample this because I think it'll be really cool." And I was like, honestly, yeah, why not? Give it a shot. So basically what I did is I took, the intro. Also, I don't know if you hear it. Can you hear this? Can you hear that when I played that?
Play it again. I don't. So what you might have to change your audio setting.
Yeah, I think
That's for that. But I mean, Swan Lake, I don't know if you know, but a lot of people, that's very popular. Also, Tchaikovsky, super popular. You know what I'm saying? Mess with the settings a little bit, but like I think that we definitely got to hear that. So like, tell me a little bit more about, like you said, your boy Carlos sent to you, and like what was your thought process and whatnot.
So basically, it was just a lot of like at first we were listening to we were just listening on Spotify. We were just listening to the track, and I was like, this is really cool. And then there was this build up part at the end. He was like, you should sample that, and I was like, honestly, I should. So this part right here is like only one small piece. Like it's a pretty long piece.
Right.
But this was like a really big build up into a drop that.
So before you do this, let me ask this, because I mean a lot of people might not know this. I'm looking at it. It says it's at 160 at the tempo. Did you take the sample and chop it to that, or did you make your chops to fit into 160? Because I'm pretty sure the original is probably not 160.
No, it's not. So basically, my technique for this is kind of interesting. So what I do is here. I want to find a way to get you to be able to hear this, because let me see. Output to. I don't know if you would hear that. Here. Can you hear it at all?
I mean, a little bit, but not for real. Like,
no. Okay.
Well, how about this? Talk me through it, and then I'll add it in on the back end. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds good. So basically, what this is, it's like when you hear the beat, it's like the main sort of melody under the instruments. So,
I know a way we can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Talk me through it on the project, and then open it up as a file. That'll probably work.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You want me to open the file? I don't know.
Yeah. Let me just open it separately, like you know what I'm saying? Like click the MP3 or whatever it is.
Yeah, I gotta bounce it real quick then. Hold up. Let me get this bounced.
Here's the dope part about doing something like this. It's live, it's organic, it's raw, and it's genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're gonna know as we go through. So.
Like I literally was going to have a different guest today, and then I heard this joint, and I was like, I gotta talk to my boy. You know what I'm saying? While you're bouncing out, let's talk about this. Your dad is Jason Bradshaw Sr. You're Jason Bradshaw Jr. I've always known you as Manny, but now you're going by JunJas. Is that what you're calling it? Or tell me about all these different names and the AKAs, the artist name, like all the above.
So it's JunJas. It's from, honestly, JunJas, I think it's pretty unique. So basically, I'm Jason Jr. And so what I did is I took Jun from Junior, and I took JAS from Jason. I just put them like on the other side of each other. So it's like JunJas. Like
that is so simple, but I would have never guessed that. Honestly, you said that. That's wild, bro. That's hard.
That's why I think it's cool, because it's like, I don't know. I just kind of made it up. I don't even remember how I did it. I just remember.
Dude, some of the dopest things you'll ever find are mess ups. Like for instance, the reason I go by choice, one of my buddies in college couldn't say my last name Francois, but he used to say Fran Choice, and everybody was like, haha, your choice, and I was like, yeah, choice is yours. Choice beats. What's up? Stare into the skid. Now you can't make fun of me no more. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes the biggest mess up is like your greatest thing. You know what I mean? So. Yeah. So tell me, what's the artist name? Tell me about that.
So about like Too Sorry?
Yeah.
Too Sorry. So Too Sorry, that's another story. So here, I can stop this in real quick. So basically, my artist name is Too Sorry. I released music in October. I have one song on all platforms. Me and my friend Jonathan, or Lil Candy, he goes by. It's called Stuck Inside My Head. Too Sorry. It's spelled a little bit weird, but basically. People always tell me like I apologize too much and stuff, like you
say thank you a lot too. Like we talked about this earlier on the phone. I was like, bro, you are him. Like I started singing Hemi Turner like you was designer or something like that. But like thank you. I was like, no, stop saying thank you. Thank you for putting that in my ear. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I want people to hear this, man. I can't wait till we figure out how to get this audio. But like, saying sorry is not a bad thing. And saying thank you too much is not a bad thing either. But like, at a certain point in time, you gotta, you know,
I feel like he loses
accept the humbleness, but also like have a little bit of cockiness and arrogance and whatnot. Like, and you deserve it though. Like,
yeah, I feel like
it'd be one thing if your beats was trash. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes. I'm just kidding.
Nah, come on. I ain't heard nothing bad from you. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry, I cut you off again. Go ahead.
No worries. I was just saying, but yeah, no, like I feel like a lot, like especially with the apology thing, like it loses its value when you say it a lot, and then like you're just saying it over. So I was like, I say sorry too much, so I made it like too sorry, and because I'm too sorry, I guess. So that's why it's too sorry. I've tried to get better at that though, so I'm still keeping the name, but less of the over apologizing stuff. So yeah, but
you are marketing gold, bro. like an A&R, like you are an A&R's dream. Then like the naming and stuff like that, like the whole like the JunJas, like I would have never ever even, like I've seen it so much like on your socials, and I never would have put that together, but like it makes so much sense.
Yeah,
like guys like the JAS, I get that for Jason, but I would have never got the whole June part. You know what I'm saying? So you're actually saved in my phone as June. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I got a buddy like the dude I was telling you about today. I used to work with this artist. He was thinking about changing his artist name to Hype Benjamin. And I was like, that's the coldest name. You know what I'm saying? But like he decided not to do it, but I still call him Hype.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about changing from Choice Beats to Andy Franco and like trying to be like more of myself, but like kind of like be indie about it, and like it just didn't feel right. But like I call him and I'm like, yo, Hype. He's like, yo, Franco. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of them things. Like, so like that's why June to me, like you June to me. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's cool.
Which that says a lot about the grown up part. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So all right. One of the things we did, like I said earlier, we did a back and forth on a sample. And it was just randomly came to me. It was on TikTok, and it was just like, producers sample this. And like I send you stuff all the time. You know what I'm saying? You send me stuff, but that one connected, I think, with both of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and like in post production, I'll cut away and put the audio into it. But like I want to talk to you about your process with that one too. If you have that project and pull it up, and then I can pull up my project. But talk to you about your process, because you know I'm 20 years older than you, and I took it a very direct route, and you took it and flipped it on its side. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, talk about your process when you're producing beats and like how you hear things.
Yeah, so I guess, do you want me to start with the older one from a couple years ago, or the newer one? Because I found a way to get the files. Like
okay, well, yeah, the one from I mean, we can go back to the newer one here in a second, but like go back to the one from 22.
Yeah. Okay. So here, let me share my screen again. I gotta make sure I got make sure I get this audio file so I can play it like I played the other one, because I got the new one and I found a way to play it so you guys can hear it live.
That's what's up, man.
I can talk about it, you know, as I kind of go through it.
And that's why I named my young boy, because I just push play and record and I have no idea what, like, that's how I know I'm getting old, bro. I'm like, I don't know how to use my phone. I don't know how to, like, you know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, I figured it out in 2 seconds. I'm over here having a conversation. You multitasking, doing all of that. So shout out to the young boy, June. But yeah, go ahead. Tell me about the 22 joint.
So yeah, let me share my screen. Sorry, I forgot.
No, you good. Too sorry.
Yeah, too sorry. Here we go. Which was a way easier way to do this. Here.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna say this. I loved it because of the horns.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, me being classically trained and playing all these things, and like, you know, I don't know if you remember this, but back in the day when you lived in your apartment, we used to call our little sessions, me, your dad, and BV, we used to call it the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? And you would jump on the piano and start messing around doing things, but like, you know, being classically trained on the drums and all that. So like when I resonated with that, because you were in marching band and like, you know, you mess with the horns and whatnot, you know. So I already had my idea, but I was like, bet you the young boy's gonna kill it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, share that screen and talk to me about that process.
Yeah, so here I can play the beat for you while
Yeah.
let's talk about that really quick. Let me get that pulled up. So here, let me go ahead and share that. I'm sharing the wrong tab.
Nah, you good, bro.
This right here. So this right here is Infinite Void is what I called it. So like the name of it and like the gist of it, like there's some anime references to it. It's from Jujutsu Kaisen, which a lot of people probably heard of that. It's a pretty popular anime I was really into for a while. But yeah,
I didn't even know that. I just thought it was just like a trumpet sample. I had no idea that's where it was from.
Oh, I think the trumpet is, but I put some little like anime in the background. So that's what
I'm just learning this today, and that was almost 2 years ago, dog. Like, why you ain't never tell me that? That's wild. That's wild.
But
are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Like like not the trumpets itself, but like
right, but everything else, like the underneath, like underlying, like vocal part that you used as like, it's kind of like more like a mid, like almost like a rhythmic guitar is how I hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, I mean
like it's mid sustain. Are you serious?
But a lot of it, a lot of the influences also I put like the voice clips from the show.
Well, I heard that at the beginning, but I thought that was just like your tag or something like that.
I think my tag's not actually in. I should put my tag in the one I made today. I'd be forgetting to put my tag in. I have a few different tags, but
speaking of tags, I want to say you were 5 years old, and your dad said for your beats you need a tag,
a choice beat,
and it should say it's a choice beat.
Yeah.
He recorded you on his phone and sent it to me, and I layered it. I still use that to this day, bro.
I remember it, and yeah,
it's so cool. 5-year-old Zoom is my tag. Like that's like full circle. That's crazy, dog.
I remember. I think about it. You know, it's really cool because I remember him doing that. Like I was like just chilling. He was like recording me. He was like, "Hey, say it's a choice beat," and I was like, "Oh, okay," and I said it.
And that was back when you were younger, like you couldn't pronounce your R's, and like you had a little bit of a little baby lisp. It's like, it's a choice beat. I was like, that's perfect. I still use that to this day, though. So yeah, shout out to June one more time. You know what I'm saying? Cheers to you, bro. Push play on that. We can tangent forever. Push play on that, June. Let's hear this. I would have never guessed that, bro. I thought that was you sampling your own voice.
Yeah, no, that's from the show.
That's great.
I like this part.
The best part about this beat, and why I want to talk about it, is like this is the intro for like every guest. You know what I'm saying? Like when I introduce the guest, like I said, this is my musical director. I'm trying to teach this kid, but he's teaching me. Like this is my guy. Like shout out to him. Like that's dope, bro.
Thank you. It's so cool to be a part of it. So cool to be part of this community and everything.
I thought that was just you talking and like delays and reverbs and stuff. I had no idea that was from an anime.
Yeah, that's from this.
I'm mad at you.
What?
No, I was trying to teach you stuff, and like you better than me. Like I'm mad at you. But maybe that's like part of that Atlanta culture, though. You know what I'm saying? Like being down there in the music, like the circumstance was you moved down there and you made the choices to further it. And thank God for social media and the internet. You still get to work with your boys up in in Ohio and Indianapolis. But where's your inspiration come from? Like we talked about the process of like chopping a sample and that, but like where's your mind start?
So I'll just say in general, like my basic, like when I first started making beats, my inspiration, y'all might not know who this is. I hope you do. You know his songs. You might not know his name. Is Cochise. Yeah, he made like a few like my first songs. I lost it, but I took a lot of inspiration in like that type of beat. I love him as a producer, as a rapper, and then it's like really I'll hear something I like in a song or in a beat, and I'll just kind of like subconsciously, not really like on purpose, but I'll add that and I'll look back on it and be like, oh, it's kind of similar. So, but I feel like that when I first started really getting into it, that's what I took inspiration from. And for this beat, I took a lot of inspiration from like when I made this in 2022, a lot of like drill, style kind of beats were going on.
Yeah.
That's what the
Like the
yeah, that's where that came from.
Yeah. So I hear drill, but I hear like that DC go-go, like that Wale like go-go joints. You know what I'm saying?
I made a beat today with that same feel, which we can listen to that too in a bit if you want.
We can listen to whatever, but now that we figured out the audio, I need you to pull up that other joint. I need you to pull that up for me.
Yeah, I got it right here. Let me show you right now.
Hey, let's do it.
All right, so
and then we'll go back. It was Tchaikovsky, and it was what was it? It wasn't Black Swan. What was it?
Oh, it was actually I forget the name.
Swan Lake.
Yeah, I forgot the name of my own sample. It's crazy. Yeah, no, but
do you know what Swan Lake is though?
I actually don't.
It's a ballet.
Oh, that sounds. Yeah, I feel like I've heard that.
Now that you hear it, you're like, oh yeah, strings, orchestra, like yeah, like it's a movement of Tchaikovsky, like
yeah.
Let's hear it, bro.
I feel like I was
here.
Yeah, all right, here. So keep in mind, it's not completely finished. This is,
I don't care. You're not completely finished is better than my finished. Like, let's talk about it, bro. Come on. Stop talking, and it's just like that's how I was when the drop hit, because I had no idea what it was. Your dad gave me no context. He just sent it to me, and I was like, what the hell is this? He's like, that's Junior. I was like, I'll be back in 3 minutes. Let me listen to this again, because there's no way. I cut it off. Running back from the top again, bro. Like, and I promise I'll be quiet this time. But this is how much I've been listening to this joint all day, dog. Like for real.
Let me turn it up.
Yeah, give me that. I was like a rat. Yeah. Hey, pause it. Don't give them the whole thing. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve it yet.
Yeah.
I am livid at you, dog. That is crazy. So I mean, you already told me a little bit about the process and like your boy Carlos sent you, but like what made you flip it that way? Because like it naturally like decrescendos down and like slows down, but then like that drop, like I said, that wasn't like 160 like originally, but like what made you pick that tempo? So that's like 80, but like faster.
Yeah.
You know what else is that around 80, like 82 is? Let me buy you a drink, and that's like slow, like dun, dun, dun. like that's as a DJ, like this is the stuff I want to mix into. So like, tell me about your process and like why you picked the tempo, why you picked that chop. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So here, let me. I can go ahead and just present the logic. Oh, this is the logic of the older one that we were looking at earlier. I didn't
Yeah.
just cut.
You call it pool?
Yeah, like literally look at the names of this stuff, like just random. Like to be honest, they don't really have a lot of meaning in them. I gotta work on the name.
No, but guess what? The moment's meaning, but also
That's true. It's always something I think of just right on the spot. So
like producing, like sometimes I've came up with a name how I felt in the moment, and then the artist that rapped on it used that vibe because of the name. And then sometimes I send them a beat, and then they come up with a new name because they just, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
don't ever too sorry for whatever you name something, you know what I'm saying? Because it might work in your favor one day, and then you get extra points, you know what I'm saying, on the back end.
I like that. Don't ever too sorry. I like that.
Hey, it's about to be the new pause and the new no diddy. Too sorry.
All right. So basically, I like took where it started to build up. Like as you heard, I can't play this out here sadly, but
no, you're fine. You're fine. I just want to know like how the process like because I would have chopped it differently. Like you're making bangers. I'm making ballads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Different. You see what I'm saying? You went 160. I would have went 80. So like I want to know where like what makes your mind go that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I honestly that's just kind of what I heard. Like when we were listening to it, which by the way, this is happening in Spanish class, period 1. Like we're just sitting in the back of class, like with his AirPods, like on Spotify in Spanish class. We were listening to it. He was like, bro, take a listen to this. And that's kind of what I heard. Like, cause I didn't really hear that. I never heard this, but when I heard the build up where like dun, 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 like I was like, that's kind of cool. And I feel like it should build into something like it's like makes it dramatic and then it's kind of like drops. So that's kind of what I first thought of like when I heard it, and that's kind of where I will.
Like I still hear it in my head because I've heard it so many times. Like that's the type of stuff that's like that's cinematic. Like that's credits for a movie. That's an action fight scene like in a Marvel joint. You know what I'm saying?
It reminded me of like Black Panther. I don't know why.
Facts. Like Kendrick would have came on there like like. By the way, let's talk about Kendrick for a second and just real quick. Is it because he spazzed again like he did on Control back in like 2015 or whatever year that was, or did he actually spaz?
Shoot.
That new joint that he just dropped, you know what I'm talking about. The new joint that he got on that Metro Boomin joint with Future. I called out Drake and you ain't heard it?
I've been so behind. I've been living under a rock.
Oh, that's right. You ain't had your phone for like 2 months.
That's on me, y'all. Hey, look, this is a PSA, a public service announcement. Don't get your phone taken. It's not fun. And then when you get it taken, just do what you're supposed to do. Because now I'm missing out on new Kendrick. That's crazy. You don't want to miss out on new Kendrick like I did.
Bro, Metro Boomin dropped the whole joint, and Kendrick and Future got a thing together, and Kendrick called everybody out, called Drake out.
Okay,
Drake's on tour right now calling out people in his old songs.
I did hear about it. Yeah, I heard about him calling it. I never like listened to it, but I heard about him calling out like a bunch of people.
When we done with this, we'll listen to that once we start recording. But the reason I bring that up because like that sounds like something like Kendrick, D Smoke, somebody like a Lupe Fiasco, somebody like a you know what I'm saying, rest in peace King Von. He'd jump on, you know what I'm saying? That's one of them ones, dog. You know, and you said it's not done, so I can't wait to see what you do with the rest of it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man. I'm about to stop fangirling you for a second, so we can move on. And we got two little last questions I got to ask you, and we gonna walk it out. This section right here is called choice versus circumstance. The whole reason why we here. I'm gonna ask you a question or give you a scenario. And you got to tell me, A, would you make that choice? B, that's a bad choice. Or C, oh, that's circumstance. I don't know what would happen.
All right.
Let's start with something that's close to home. Doing what your parents doing what your parents tell you to do, and then deciding to do your own thing, so you get your phone and your car taken away. Was that a choice or was that circumstance?
That was definitely a choice.
I was about to say, if you say circumstance, I'll end this right here.
That's a choice I made, you know, not a good choice, you know, but I learned from it, you know, so yeah.
I'm not gonna dive into it because that's nobody's business, but I'm glad that one, you made a PSA, but two, you realize that, because when you go to college, you're on your own, dog.
Yeah.
Like you can still call dad, you can still call your stepmom, you can still call your mom, but like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So getting back into marching band, choice or circumstance?
Honestly, I think it was a choice. I don't think I had to, but it was something that, like, you know, I didn't have the opportunity to do that in 10th grade because I went to a school that didn't have marching band. But
so you got the itch real quick, and you was like, I kind of miss it.
Yeah, and I was like, you know, why not? And then you know, I got put on tenors for my junior and senior year, and I was drum captain senior year. So yeah, I think it was a choice that I'm glad I made, and yeah, definitely a choice.
Okay, so picking the drums as your main instrument as a child, was that a choice or was that a circumstance? Like, did dad choose it, or did you say I want to be a drummer?
Honestly, I don't remember specifically. I think a lot of the influence was my dad was a musician, always played instruments. I knew I wanted to be a musician. I remember.
PSA, I'm sorry to cut you off again, but shout out to your dad. He's playing guitar on my next album. So shout out to JB Senior. But anyway.
Yeah, so it sounds really good. I can't wait for it.
You heard it?
Heard some of it. It's good. It's good.
It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. But anyway, go ahead. Back like.
Yeah, no. So I think it was like my 5th birthday or something. I got a little like first action drum set, like a little like plastic toy drum set, and also, I mean, this is what I think happened because I was little, so I don't exactly remember, but from what I think I remember is I liked that a lot. And then we went to this music store and they were doing lessons, and then shout out to Eric Patton, who was my drum instructor for like 10 years of my life, like 12 years.
Good dude.
Great dude.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to him. Yeah, so he was like, do you want to do drum lessons? And I was like, yeah. And I was like 5 years old. So I started when I was 5 taking drum lessons. And I was taking drum lessons up until like last year, which, you know, honestly, I would recommend, like, if you're interested in getting the instrument, like, take lessons for it. Like, I know sometimes it might be a little costly and stuff, but like, if you're able to do that, like, it's definitely something you should do, because it'll really help you. Like, starting on drum set for me helping was everything else, because, you know, you learn rhythm, you learn tempo, you learn all of that, and you can implement that to other instruments, you know. Like,
so let me ask you this, because we're kind of the same. I used to call you Young Prodigy when you was a little kid, because you were just really dope at a young age. And I was kind of the same way. I learned by ear. Like, I have perfect pitch, I can sing, but I don't have great tone, but I can carry a note, right?
Yeah.
But when I started taking private lessons, it was annoying, because I saw the structure of this and this and this, but in my mind, I'm hearing that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I thank the Lord, and I thank my parents for making me go, because I still use some of that music theory to this day. Was it ever annoying for you, or like did you always embrace it?
I used to get really frustrated because I would like mess up a lot, and I would get so mad. Like, I would be freaking out, like, you know, little kid, like nothing. But I would say also, in terms of the drumming pathway, you were a huge inspiration, because like I used to come over and jam out with my dad, and like, you know, and like you would just be, I don't know, I would be like, oh, I thought you were so cool, like playing those cool beats and stuff, and I wanted to be like you. So I took some big inspiration.
That's wild to me, because I've never been great at one thing, but I'm pretty decent at a lot of things. So I put it all together, and like, I played unorthodox. Like, most people play the drums like this. I played open-handed.
Yeah.
Like, when I box, like, I box like southpaw, but like, you know what I'm saying? I'm right-handed. So me doing that, I was actually trying to mimic you, but doing it the opposite way. And I'm over here in my 20s, and you're not even 10 yet. You see what I'm saying? So you say I was an inspiration for you. Like, I was trying to be you. Like, I used to say this all the time. I wish I could find the text messages. I wish I was Manny at the age he is right now, with what he knows. This is back when you were like 12 or 13, when you first started making beats, and like, y'all was getting ready to move. Like, bro, you have a full studio at your disposal. You have great parents that love you and nurture you. Like, and you should be grateful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's one time we're not going to say too sorry. But you're using it to your advantage. Not to say I didn't have that, but I grew up in church. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I know you went to church too, but like I was playing in church, I was doing this. That's why I've been working on gospel albums like for the past like, year and a half or whatever. But you're making stuff now that I didn't even think about till I was like almost 30. That's just raw, organic talent. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you for real, like 100%, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and fangirl you, even though this is what the whole episode's been. I got one more choice versus circumstance question, and then I got one last question to walk out.
Yeah.
Being in Atlanta, in the music hub of the South, was it circumstance because of where you lived that you've been doing a lot of drill and trap recently, or was it a choice because that's what you've always wanted to make, or that's always what you wanted to do?
To be honest, I think that's a choice, because even in Indiana, some of my first beats were inspirations from that. Like I used to, this is gonna sound silly, a little bit silly, but it's cool because I still mess with them. I would listen to like the trap remixes on YouTube like all day. Like I would love the like SpongeBob trap remix. Like when I was like 10 or like 8, I would be listening to the trap.
Didn't Tyga make a remix of that?
I think a lot of people made a lot of.
Yeah, that's dope.
But
go ahead.
I love trap remixes, so it took a lot of practice to get to where I am now. And obviously, using my resources to my fullest. Like, if you have the resources, or if you have you take whatever opportunities you got, because like, who knows if they're gonna be there forever. And like, also, you probably there's always gonna be someone who has less, so you gotta like be grateful for what you got. Like, sure, you might want more, like you might want something different, but like at the end of the day, if you can't make do with what you got right now, then like you got to work for what you really want. So at the end of the day, that's what I've been trying to do. So, but yeah, so the trap music thing, honestly, I think that's a choice, and I think that Atlanta's helped me with that. A lot of the people around here, influencing in that way with the music that I've been hearing and listening to. But yeah, so yeah.
The craziest part about it is that your rock stuff is so left field compared to like your trappy things, and people would never guess it after hearing those two joints. You got one more like on a different page, like something rocky you can play for me?
Okay, I'm gonna play you Slump Monkey. It was also on that note too. I feel like my song my Too Sorry song is different too, because it's not trap or rock. It's like,
like sad boy, or is it like melodic? Is it like
indie R&B type thing, or like internet pop? I don't really know what to call it. I can play that too, like a little clip of that.
Listen. At the end of the day, I'm gonna shout all your socials. We're gonna figure out where we can get your beats at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you're my musical director, dog. Like I work for you and your dad and your guys' label. You know what I'm saying? So, like at the end of the day, like this is your show, real like low key. No, it is, because you're the prodigy of your dad, and I work for dude. So,
but
let's hear what you got. Let's hear what you got for what'd you say? Slum Monkey.
Six Flags over Georgia is open daily.
They put ads on my video. That's crazy.
Spring break, March 30th through April 7th.
I feel like you're talking about something, and then like the ad pops up, and it's exactly what you were talking about.
That happens a lot. Yeah, it's the.
Were you thinking about going somewhere for spring break?
Yeah. All right, so
go ahead and drop that joint. Let's hear about it. Tell me about it.
All right, so this song was recorded like 2020, 2021. I recorded everything on this track. This was for Slump Monkey, which is my band based in Cincinnati. I recorded and mixed everything. This was took days of work. So it's gonna be way different than like the trap beats that we were listening to.
So you said 2020? I
think. When did this release?
So you were 13. You were 13 when this came out.
It was in 2020. No, so it was 2022 actually. I don't know what I was thinking.
So you were 15.
I think we started writing it in 2020. I don't think it came.
Right.
So. But yeah, I was 15. I lived in Indiana.
All right. Hey, let's not talk about it. Let's hear it.
I can't look you in the eyes. If I try, I think I'd cry. And I don't know why, but
Hold on.
I might close my heart shut.
I don't know if it's reverb or not, but like either mute your mic or mute your audio.
Oh shoot, you're right.
Hey, no, don't mute your audio. Mute the mic.
No, it's stupid.
I want to give it full respect.
No, I should feel like a tool, and I do, so that's alright. You know you want me out of sight.
And that's you on the drums?
Don't even know you, can't even talk to you, so I don't have a clue.
That's you singing?
Yeah.
Can't explain this love. I think it's funny how I never put thoughts into words. I know it's stupid and it's dumb, but I wish I knew what to do. Yeah.
Stop. You ever heard of a thing called grunge?
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard of Nirvana?
Yeah, I love.
You ever heard of the early 90s?
Yeah, this
You
was.
ever heard of Green Day?
So my kind of like my music taste changes like a lot. Like, it went from like during when I wrote this music, I was really into like grunge and alternative rock. There's a band called the JunJas that I love. They're like it's like a hard rock. Like a grunge rock band. Love them. Some inspiration from them in this music. But yeah, there's one part of the song I want to get to. It's the guitar solo because I put so much
you on guitar
into this. Yeah.
This song I have to write one song.
Let me find it.
Mute that mic.
I wanna run away and hide, but I guess I'll have to sing about this feeling in my mind. Yeah.
Hold on. You took me from at the beginning, like John Denver to like Green Day to like Nirvana. Like I heard multiple things all in that same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's wild, bro. Yeah, I was about to say, give me 1, 2, sorry, and then we gonna walk it out because this is what the people need to hear.
Oh yeah. Also with the Slum Monkey thing, all credit to not just me but Michael Wedding and Brendan Baker, the other two bandmates in the band. Michael Wedding, he's been doing some solo stuff now, which you can check out his Insta. It should just be Michael Wedding. He posts a lot of music there, and so I'm excited for his stuff. And if anyone is interested in that song right there, you'll love like all of his stuff too. So
the best part about post-production and making this thing crisp on the back end is I'm gonna drop all these ads.
I'll give you everyone.
You know what I'm saying? I've never done anything for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have. We all have. Like self-preservation is number one, but like I'm doing this because the guests I want to talk to are people that I've known and met and had personal relationships with to help further their brand. So this one was an obligation after I heard that joint today. I was gonna have this conversation with you eventually, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't care if no one else likes that joint. That is one of the hardest things I've ever heard. And every song you hear underneath this, you know what I'm saying? That's all made by my boy June. So yeah, let's talk about this Too Sorry real quick.
Yeah, so this song is a really cool story. Before I even play the song, here, let me go ahead and pull it up. Make sure there's no ad. All right. So basically, this song I recorded. I love Steve Lacy. Steve Lacy has to be one of my favorite artists. Past couple years, Steve Lacy. So
you're not old enough for Steve Lacy. Like, why?
I love Steve Lacy. That's like my favorite music is Steve Lacy. Past couple years. So this song takes a bunch of inspiration from Steve Lacy. Like,
okay. So
yeah, you can clearly hear it. But basically, the name of the track originally was Steve Lacy Type Beat. But so what happened with this song was so Jonathan Brooks, which is Lil Candy, he came over and we were gonna make a rap song. We were gonna make a trap song, like he was gonna rap. And I was looking through beats and he was like, all right, what you want to do? And I was like, oh, this thing. And I played it for him like as a joke or like just so you could listen to it. And he started doing like this, on my head, and he started singing that. And I was like, yo, you got to record that.
Let's start right now. Yeah.
I recorded it, and like none of the lyrics on the song are written down or anything. It's all just like off the top. This was finished in like an hour, like minus like mastering and mixing and adding stuff. But like the main like melody, like his part was literally like 2 takes. So yeah, shout out to Lil Candy for being a part of this song, because it wouldn't have happened without him. It was really like the stuck inside my head. That was Lil Candy's idea, and
that's what's up.
Capitalize on that. So yeah,
we gonna listen to that, and then I got a question for you because it's been annoying me this whole time, and I want to ask, but I want to hear this first.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Mute that Turn it off. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed at you. And that leads into my question. Why have you been holding this from me? I've been asking to hear some of your joints for a minute, and you sent me a beat here, a beat there, and like, what should I do on this one? What should I, like, I didn't even know about Too Sorry until today. Like, why am I learning about all this right now, dog?
Honestly, I don't really know. Like, I'm really bad about sharing my music. Like, I mean, I don't know what it is. Like, I'll post it on my story, but I like never.
Did you hear what I just heard though? The intro alone and all those layers and intricacies. Like you could do a remix with a female on there. Like that sounds like Willow Smith about to jump on there. Like that sounds like Dua Lipa could do a verse. Like you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to, like, I'm not hyping it. Like that's what I hear. Like you know what I'm saying? Like where have you been hiding this, dog?
I don't know. I need to do better about being more outward about my music. Like even with the Slump Monkey thing,
you need to be better about not getting your phone taken away so you can be active on social media.
True, that too. I don't even have a social media account for my music, which funny enough, I actually made an account today. I don't remember the ad. It's like 2_sorry with 2 Y's. Which I literally just made that today, which is funny we're talking about that because I was gonna start uploading music to it and uploading stuff because I need an account for just music. So that's what I literally today I decided to do that, which is really funny what we're talking about.
Listen, you got to micromanage your own life. You have to create your own narrative, or else other people are gonna do it for you.
Yeah.
Why have all these products and not be the one that's in charge of putting it out there? You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I always say, like, I don't like when people talk bad about themselves because that gives people creative license to say the same thing because you said it first. So control the narrative and say the good things. You feel me?
Yeah.
And clearly you have something good to say. Also, I'm really mad at you. We gonna talk about this once I finish this recording, because I got to hear that, and we got to go back in on that together. Like I might want to do a remix verse on that with you.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
good.
2 last questions. Number 1, what would you say to anybody that has made it this far into the conversation that's still listening?
Love y'all.
Hey, that's mad love. Last question. Can we do a song together, bro?
Duh, I'm down.
Yeah.
Do it.
I'm gonna send you one that I need a verse on,
Got you.
and then I need you to send me one that you need a verse on.
All right.
We'll do a back and forth like Action Bronson did with Chance on that Baby Blue, and then did on the on his mixtape.
All right, yeah.
Right.
100% down. I can make a couple singles. Yeah. Sounds good.
Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to my boy June. It's been dope. You know what I'm saying? The circumstance was dope. And I made a choice. And the choice is we out.
Hey, Snoop. Peace.
That was good, man.
Hey, yeah. I got something in my eye. Bro, near the end of that, I got something in my eye and it hurts so